It is Wednesday night, so that means our sex expert and psychotherapist, Dr. Angela Jones, is here, and we're actually addressing a question from a Factor viewer tonight. She wants to know, how do I tell my partner about my kinks and fetishes? So how the hell do you approach that issue?
It's a careful maneuver you have to do. You know, you don't want to introduce it to them on the first date, obviously.
So you hide your freak?
Just for a little bit.
How many dates or how many sex sessions?
You don't want to wait too long, because then it might kind of surprise them and make them question, like, why haven't you been telling me this? The emotions in the relationship may be too deep. And what if they don't like what you're going to say? You know, you have to find like that right time. And I usually say it's after the first date and before you have deep feelings before with that person.
So if you start having that conversation and you can tell they will not embrace it, do you suppress your animalistic sexual tendencies?
The thing is that you have to feel comfortable to talk to this person about sex, period. So once you feel comfortable talking to them about sex, then you kind of slowly introduce it to them, but you have to let them know why it's important to you. And what
now, are you introducing it to them in a conversation or in the bed?
Yeah, you don't want to do it while you're having sex. You don't want to do it right before,
you
know, it'll throw them off. They might feel coerced to say yes. So you want to do it in a sex conversation, and usually you want to let them know what it feels like for you physically and emotionally, so they can tell you what they think about it, because that might be their first conversation talking about kinks and fetishes. You might be the one that's introducing this thing or these things to them.
Now, what if you find out they're not interested in doing anything but the standard?
You have to ask yourself how important it is for your sex life. So if you feel like I cannot have a relationship with anybody that won't at least explore this with me, you'll have to make a decision then. But some people, they're okay with, you know, not having it in their sex life. They keep it as a fantasy. So you have to ask yourself how important it is for you in your sex life.
And when we talk about these kinks and fetishes, what are some of them out there for people who may be interested in getting involved?
I mean, it could be as simple as lingerie, like you were just talking about, or bondage, or blindfold. So those are the ones that are a little more common, but we have things like BDSM. We have things as whipping people and dressing up in a certain type of way. I mean, it can,
and how do you keep people,
long.
Can you keep people from thinking you're weird when you know?
That's why I say you have to tell them what it means to you, and then you have to introduce it slowly. You can't just come out and say, hey, this is what I want to do, and then come out with a whole, you know, latex bodysuit and expect them to be okay with it.
All right, Dr. Angela Jones, thank you as usual. If you've ever got a question or topic you want addressed on Angela After Dark, just email us, and we'll make sure Dr. Jones takes a look.